I'm just, okay, Nico support, A Soul mid, more teamfight scaling, better bot lane bullying. I do think Betty Woody with Varus Galio would actually now want, because even if he wants to clear as many, it's all about getting experience to me. Get as much experience as you can, then if you teleport back and you get level 3, then they wouldn't be able to dive you again. I think he's actually dead here.
Begins. Ackerman tanking it up, he's not. Still half HP.
Shot.
Zofe still only level 1, Azure just trying to get as much XP as possible. Zofe goes in, he's gonna tank, he gets level 3, there's the stun on Jose. It's perfect for PSG Jose though. An incredible twisted advance, means that he drops the tower aggro. Will Estral continue to look for this? Meanwhile in the top lane, still Betty and Woody just pushing in. Azure looking for everything he can get out of it, but he can't quite survive.
Passing mid lane, messing up the wave state, and then moving on. So it could still be absolutely anyone's game, despite that experience advantage we saw early. Level 6 versus level 4 now for the Udyr versus Renekton. But ultimately, I'm Team Dragon in the Dragon versus Grubs trade. Okay. So I would say that specific interaction, I would favor Estral and Jose being able to get that Dragon.
Do you have a chant or anything for them?
For Team Dragon?
Yeah.
I haven't worked it that far.
Oh, Maple caught out. Falling Sky coming down as Cody takes the kill. Ackerman positioned it well. Ackerman takes the kill. Positioned himself well to land the Tangle Barbs. Maple did have the flash, but didn't have time to use it.
So, I feel like Maple's ass prior they had, like, Udyr was up towards the Grubs. There was no logical reason for him to be there, but he was there and it pays off. What a great kill.
Zofe almost losing out to Azure here. Pops the Dominus just in time, but Junjo is waiting in the wings. Zofe can only stand and watch, tries to slice, tries to dice, but even with the stun, he manages to escape! No. The Weaver's wall will block him up, he's dead now. PSG brought enough numbers.
What it did allow, though, was Betty to make it to this stage.
Stays cool, flashed away by Betty.
And
Woody tries to buffer the Justice Punch, Chain of Corruption coming out as well. Woody with a damage reduction, able to flash away in time. Jose Diodo goes in, but the cleanse came out. Zofe being chased out by Azure. It matters right now, chat.
Is currently saving his TP. I will say, though, that top lane is becoming a bigger issue as well. Here comes an engage. No flashes.
Flashing forward, Betty with the cleanse. Justice Punch in. There's the double taunt. TP's now invested on either side. Bates call. But Junjo can't find more. Ackerman.
They're in there.
Goes forward once again. The Falling Star not enough to chunk out Maple.
So, overall, I actually do really like them hard forcing here because basically Cody teleported back to lane. Maple was already in lane, so the tempo disadvantage that he had to the Taliyah was erased with that 4v4 skirmish in the bot lane. But this is that inevitability right now of the Udyr.
Towards the top side as well to push for that top tier 1, and especially when your flashes and your cleanses are down. Snacker, cleanse, still about quarter of the way off.
There we go.
Down, good engage from Jose Diodo. That was gorgeous. Beautifully done. Flash is going to be a little bit delayed on that as PSG step in. Does have the skies descend, not back with the seismic shove, into the taunt, into the chase, the cyclone, a tempest for PSG as they find the enemy.
Usually a trade you would take, but then when you can kind of fight them head on, beat their mid laner, also get the bot lane turret, that's what we'll see if they can get this mid turret.
Ackerman back on the map really quickly. Obviously can, you know, fly between the trees with that Estral on their resets, push down mid, and that's exactly how you do it. Make the pressure in the side lane, and when you see Estral as Estral, you just have to take the small bits you can get and hope a fight around an X-Drake, a fight around a neutral turns up in your favor. And then they will likely reset, go towards the top side, get more vision, get more control wards, and start to play for that. Also, the Rift Herald not taking mid-tier 1 was huge. Here goes Ackerman, who double flash away into the Hero's entrance phase, call out. Good fight from Estral so far, but they still can't quite find the kill.
I mean, that's a pretty good look. Now they're in trouble.
Azure's on a huge flank shielded round. Taunt going out as Ackerman is the first to fall. Zofe getting locked up as well as the Cyclone on the backline means that Snack has to flash the wall. Zofe will fall, and you could see in Estral's eyes that small glimmer of hope immediately extinguished by PSG.
Oh, the Udyr coming in the back door there is actually so clutch because, like I said, it was, you can see why it was a good look. They got every flash out of PSG during that engagement, but it's going to cost them mid-tier 2. I thought it was actually going to...
A little trickier. Jose Diodo's flash just off cooldown, though. Nature's grasping to flash. Engage here's a possibility. Tangle bars across the wall. There's a bounce forward. Snacker not yet with the team as Jose Diodo just absolutely Jose deleted from the Baron. Was buffed. Astral flied across by Cody as Ackerman looks to step forward. Azure can get that flank position off, but it's control wall where he is right now. Ginger turns for the fight. Snacker's going to try and get away from this Udyr. Cody trading with Woody and Maple on the bottom side, but there's Cyclone immediately on the backline into the hero's entrance. Pop Blossom comes out on the bottom side of the fight, but it just doesn't matter. Shield of Duran taunts into 2 kills for PSG.
They could just get one flank ward in so they could have any threat on the backline, but they can.
There is the Hex Soul taken. Nature's Gas coming out as well. Zofe looking for the fight. Woody trying to get on the backline. Shield of Duran taunt goes in as Ginger tries to get the Cyclone down, but can't quite get onto the backline. This could be the fight for Estral. Can they turn it around? Ginger using the clone to get out of there. Zofe trying to dash and slice and dice his way to safety. Azure still chasing forward. Pop Blossom lands on 2. Cody going in. The skies will descend, but Cody might go with them. Pops the stopwatch to buy himself a second. Snacker trying to get away from Azure, who is still somehow full HP. And no matter what went right for Estral in the fight, everything went wrong in the end. PSG cleaned them up. Azure still has half his health bar, and he's going to chase out Jose Diodo.
What a performance here by PSG in Game 1, making it seem so hopeless for Estral this entire time. They are dominating in this Game 1.
Red team's turn.
For Estral, you're looking at Game 2 now. How do you bounce back from this situation? Azure doesn't get to soak up all that XP. If Zofe doesn't fall as far behind, maybe the game, as you say, would look...
This game was the slow dive of Udyr at the beginning of the lane swap, where there are 4 people from Estral. Udyr gets level 3 before he dies the first time, teleports back, picks up the rest of the wave, giving him at least a 2-level advantage. And holy crap, that's a lot of Varus damage.
Ackerman struggling. Picked up the first couple of kills in this game, but since hasn't been able to have as much of an impact as they'd like. It's going to be triple inhibs for PSG. They're pushing in. Only cannon minions bolstering their attack right now. Estro trying to defend against it. Azure looking for that 3rd inhib. Zofe takes half his health and then backs away to the fountain. Pop Blossom. Maple pops the stopwatch. Woody forced away, but the Hex Soul doing so much work here. You can see Cody trying to escape Hero's entrance in. PSG unrelenting. Will push through the Nexus towers. Estral one last bastion of defense, but they just can't find it. Zofe is kicked into the team. Will take down one, his first kill of the game. But in the end, it is PSG who will go 1-0 up in the series.
Really solid play from them from start to finish. They draft
this round into the next one. I think by beating out Gam, if I recall correctly, is
no
Cody
flash.
charmed again. No flash. Where are you going, Cody? Can
his
Yoda get there in time? His jungler's nowhere near.
The
Inspired
superstar.
might say it.
Yeah, it's fair to say that about pretty much anybody. You can have Faker on his team.
Cody still no flash. Flash charm from Maple. And this is the cost of burning yourself.
They've fallen behind early here in Game 2, but now I'm just like looking at the way, like if PSG can play their game.
Good knock up. Cleanse out from
No
Snacker,
ghost.
looking for Betty. No flash, no ghost, no hope of surviving as Betty will fall. Snacker takes the kill. Estral Esports, you wanted them to find something. It seems like it's through bot lane.
And that's actually the only place it could have been. That was so good by them. Betty not having his ghost, knowing that if they can manage to CC him after his flash, they'd be able to get that kill. Because they couldn't do it top lane, they couldn't do it mid lane. TF had just returned to top lane after already hovering down for the Drake. Like, that was their one window to get anything to happen. Oh, that was just so well done.
They had vision on the Drake as well, so they knew when Ginger was finishing it off, meaning they had that small window, as you say.
Reprieving that bottom lane, that's where they're going to have to play through. It's so tricky. Basically, Jose Diodo is just up there so that Cassante can get the wave in, but he isn't even able to get the whole wave in before the recall happens. He wants something with this ghost.
Azure still has no ghost, all out in, but Ginger's on his way across. Azure just baiting for his jungler. Cyclone Zofe with a good double dash away, but he can't escape Ginger's flash. He takes his third.
Moment of hope.
Bit by bit, it's becoming more stained glass, stained by their
He's still not level 6.
Engage happens. There's the quickness. They're looking at the kill onto Woody. They get him. Snacker pops the ultimate to escape. Woody falls. Cyclone though out from Ginger means Snacker will be the first of the Estral Esports bot lane to go down. Red buff doesn't matter. Maple's here, and he'll happily accept his first kill of the game. Takes his top.
So they definitely are making several visits up to this Cassante, and this fight's not over.
Flash heal still available for Woody. He uses them both to dodge away from Ackerman. Ginger will decoy his way back. Jose Diodo looking for more as the bailout comes out. There's the Destiny as well, just a vision in the bush. Ginger gets 1. He's looking for 2 as Ackerman has to dash the wall. Destiny forward by Azure.
The little crows got him.
That was not good for Estral. And I think if we could just soundbite what Jat sounded like during that as Maple looks for another. Betty takes it with the piercing arrow.
It was really, that's what everyone was thinking if you're an Estral fan. I think PSG is really close to sealing the deal here. They're going to deny the grubs from Estral. It's going to be 3-3. They don't have it, and they finished the deal with that last auto.
It's a full Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, just a
Riptail charging in. Shelly will lend a helping hand. Just look for 2 charges. You might as well. Like you still know Cody is bot lane. Oh, he's going top.
He's going top.
Dun, dun. Oh, no. Come on, man.
You know, before that, I was going to give him player of the game. Now he's
no
lost
longer.
it. Yeah. Can't even drive.
Oh, Zofe. Yeah, just walks away. Destiny was popped by Azure, TP in by Cody, so it's a summoner for nothing. Weaver's wall out as Cody looks for the collapse here onto Betty. We'll be able to knock him back, but there's the hostile takeover.
Whoa.
And Cody just TP'd into his death. Zofe next on the menu as Ginger goes godlike. Not the MVP of the game, according to Jad, everyone. Tweet at him, at esports Jad, if you think that's a mistake. Maple coming in from the side, doesn't want to go for the charm as Ackerman just dashes across the wall. 10 kills to 2. A 7,000 gold lead for PSG at 15 minutes, and this one is all done but the Nexus falling.
Yeah, even more decisive than in game 1. Wow, look at that landing quantity snapshot. 2,200 gold for Jinjia at 15 minutes. It's like taking the heart out of Estral, because
you win that fight.
You're absolutely right. And there's just no messing around for PSG in this one.
Here goes Ackerman. The Weaver's wall coming in as well. Collapse onto Ginger. Hostile takeover is going to hit onto 2 though. Only Snacker not connected. Cody trying to get away. Does have the flash, but doesn't even use it. Ginger goes legendary. And yeah, PSG now looking to collapse once again. Oh, the charm. Maple on fire this game. The Feather Storm, almost enough to take out Betty alongside the help of the tower. Crescent Guard from Jose Diodo with the Destiny coming in. The chase continues. Azure flashes forward, and Snacker meets his maker. A double for Azure. PSG get all 5 out alive, and Zofe just wasn't able to join the fight.
They are here to end this series and knock Estral out of MSI 2024. I'd say, if I think about the reason my expectations were thinking this series is going to be close is I looked at the way Estral played against T1.
The ascendancy. And now you're wondering, are they asking each other if they just want to pad out their stats? Like, do we want to pad me? Do we want to pad you?
I could tell from the tone of your voice you were going somewhere with
maybe they can do something, but PSG are just so far ahead. Maybe actually a collapse while PSG are a little bit mismatched, but the TP is going to come in immediately by Maple.
Looks
the
like
dive forward, all out from Zofe. Catches Betty away, but Ginger on the back line just keeping the rest of Estral from anywhere near this fight. There's 2 already, make it 3 for PSG. Ginger still has full HP, and PSG begin to collapse. You can see what Estral were thinking, but in the end, PSG very willing to take the battle. Feathers fly, Azure dodges them, and Cody is the last man to fall.
I think it was a good look, actually. They got a lot of damage onto Betty. If Maple didn't go over to help Betty, I think the Cassante would have been able to secure that kill, but now it's they can have their cake and eat it too. They get the clean ace as the Baron spawns, 16,000 gold, and then at the very end, Twisted Fate can just ult in, get a little bit of extra CC, and complete the ace.
And now PSG with the Baron in to push in. This Red Bull Baron power play, only 1.5k, the gold you get from taking it right now, but the tower's sure to be forfeit relatively soon. Maple spots Ackerman, and this is the other thing, right? PSG don't give you the opportunity. They don't give you the chance. They're stepping into those side bushes, putting the control wards down. Ackerman's forced away, and Cody just dies because they were looking for a play, but they can't find it. Zofe under the tower. Cyclone's not going to get the knockup as he manages to dodge away. Ginger looking for the second, but doesn't want to dive those Nexus turrets yet. Inhibitor tower and the inhib in the mid lane gone. Bot lane the next target for PSG. And they are doing it by the numbers here. Ackerman, no quickness. Snacker, no Feather Storm. And Estral, no hope really of winning out this game.
Statement game here from PSG. Even going back to the draft phase, right? Like just everything they've done, the risks they've made this series have all paid off extremely well, getting stronger throughout. Just waiting for this next wave to arrive before I think they're going to just kill that next turret or the remainder of Estral if Estral tries to stop them.
Well, Cody's back up. There's the charm into the hostile takeover, and Betty immediately kills off Zofe. Cody's trying to join the fray. Crescent Guard from Jose Diodo will get him back to the fountain, but now the cannon minions in the mid lane are doubling up on that Nexus target. Ginger just slaps down Snacker. He will fall for it. A consolation prize for Estral Esports. as they will fall at the hands of PSG. The PCS once again will make it through to the next round, continue the tradition of being one of the best minor regions as they face FlyQuest tomorrow.
Going to be a very competitive series.
Tomorrow, you guys want the predictions. I suck. It's fine. We'll see about the next one.
I mean,
But-
actually, we both got them wrong because it's 2-0 and we were both 2-1.
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to cheer for Estral. I love what they did against T1. Unfortunately, the road stops here for them. But dominant series across the board from PSG. Apologies, especially this second game.
Yeah, and it started how they capitalized on Cody losing his flash level 1, right? Like Junja immediately jumped on that level 3 gank. That set up the entire rest of the game where he just kind of rolled over everyone with the Wukong.
Yeah, I mean, even if you looked at the top side of the map, because this time around they got standard lanes, and you can already see the damage dealt. Like
damage.
he was just getting pummeled off the under turret at all times. So a much more calculated, a much better game that we saw from them.
We were just talking about Junja, and he's actually ready with G-Sun at BSI. So let's send it over for the Verizon Game Day interview. Take it away, dear.
Welcome back to MSI 2024. I am here joined by Junja, the jungler of PSG, and also Wendy to help us out with the translation. First off, congratulations on the win. How do you feel about the dominant performance today?
那首先恭喜你们今天非常漂亮、干净利落2-0拿下比赛的胜利。你怎么评价今天你们非常具有统治力的一个表现呢？
我觉得就是我们上次输完之后，经过2天的调整，对换线那种有比较多的认知了，所以才会今天打这么顺吧。
I think after the loss of the previous best of 3, we really made very detailed feedback, especially on the lane swap. So for now, we just have the better understanding towards the lane swap, and after that, we're able to just play more comfortably and confidently.
I think especially the Wukong performance in game number 2 was phenomenal. So tell us about the Wukong pick and also what kind of adjustments were made after the first BF3 series, especially about the lane swaps.
那其实感觉你今天悟空的表现太过于亮眼，非常的闪耀，所以说也想问一下，选下这个英雄的契机，你对他有什么样的一些看法？包括说你刚才也提到了一些换线嘛，那你觉得你们可能整体对这一部分是哪些方面有更深的理解呢？
首先悟空这英雄就是我从 PCS 赛区就开始玩嘛，所以我觉得算是我玩的比较好的一支。然后换线就是和很多队伍训练赛的时候一直在换线嘛，然后有一些很厉害的队伍换线做得非常好，然后让我们学习到了很多。
I feels like for this Wukong pick, that's really my comfortable pick, and I'm really good at Wukong just from the PCS region, and also in terms of the lane swap, because we have so many scrims with different opponents, and some of the very good teams are really good at like lane swapping, so we really learn a lot from them.
And with this victory, it is going to be a rematch of you guys versus FlyQuest. And what kind of changes of approach will be made in order to make sure that this time you guys will get the revenge?
那接下来很快你们也要再一次的和 FlyQuest 交手嘛？那你觉得可能你们哪些方面还需要进一步的提升，或者说改变一下，然后才能对他们完成复仇呢？
我觉得我们换线在想的更多，然后对线细节、打团战的沟通这些做的比上次好，我觉得就能击败他们。
I feels like maybe we have a better like maybe lane swap and the better maybe details inside the game, and maybe just have the better communication for all the team fights so we can get a win.
Lastly, before we go, because it is going to be an elimination match, is there anything you want to say over to FlyQuest?
因为下一场也是你们的生死之战了嘛，要不要对 FlyQuest 说点什么？
我会把你们2-0送回家的。
I'll send you back with a 2-0.
Oh, spicy. Thank you so much for the interview, Junja, and best of luck in the upcoming match. And thank you, Wendy, as well.
Thank you, Wendy. Of course. We're going to have the rematch against FlyQuest, but that's a story for tomorrow. We have a second series on our hand for today. What do we think about the next match?
Woo! Okay.
There's a lot of things to say.
I love. It's funny because we just got out of the interview about like PSG basically looking at their VODs and looking to get better.
Yep.
GAM had to have looked at their VODs to have improved. They had probably the worst day one you could possibly have. So I'm expecting at least something better from them.
Yeah, and I mean, they're in such a tough spot too. Like we talked about, this team has not played all that long together outside of